vigil for Muslims, that somehow there's this notion that because a parent raised an issue, whether it's there was whether it's hearsay or not, some types of purported bullying in the school. I don't know if that's true or not. I would hope it's not. We certainly don't want to see any type of learning environment where kids are getting bullied. But at the same time, I want to make sure that people understand that this has been a narrative sometimes that is based off of false premise. And I hope tonight, certainly a prayer vigil, I'm all in favor of prayer. I believe in the power of prayer. So it's wonderful that they're doing this. But I hope it's not driven out of some type of false premise, because we've seen this before. If you look at the statistics, across the country, there were 91, according to the FBI, 91 aggravated assaults against Muslims in 2015. I would imagine there are more than 91 at a Giants-Jets game on any given day. The amount of anti-Semitism, according to the FBI's crime statistics, is almost 4 to 1 above any type of anti-Muslim hate crimes. So while this is wonderful that this is going on, I know Mr. Kovalars, who I met once, I don't know. I know he put it together, and I do know that he had somewhat of a Trump-like Hillary election contest, I believe, in the borough. Didn't pay that much attention to it, but I hope his motives are pure. I hope he's doing it out of the genuineness of his heart, and certainly, but not to build upon this impression that Chatham somehow is this bigoted, intolerant community. Because I know Chatham to be incredibly generous, incredibly charitable, incredibly loving, and certainly where the fabric of faith is intertwined in many of the institutions and schools, etc., all throughout the community. So I would hope, again, that this isn't trying to portray Chatham in a way that disparages the good people of Chatham, the parents, the school parents, students, and the school community, and the entire community. I do believe that parents have every right, if there's something in school that they're not satisfied with, they have every right to go to the teacher and challenge what their student is learning. And if they're not satisfied, they have every right to go to the department head, the principal, and on to the superintendent and the Board of Ed if need be. That's what they're here for. And it takes a certain amount of courage to stand up and challenge the school board, particularly in a town like this where schools are so good. It's easy to get ostracized. It's easy to maybe put, as some people might perceive, put your own student in jeopardy of, the attitude of not making the team kind of thing. And so it takes a certain amount of courage. And I think our schools probably are as good as they are because the parents are doing just that. They are looking at the homework. They are reviewing it. They are looking at the books. So when a parent has an issue, they have every right to come forward. It may not bother me, but it may bother a different parent. And to be able to express that in a way that essentially challenges the school district is fine. And let the school district come back and review it and give their answers. Let the board give their answers. Let the superintendent give their answers. But I think we're portraying this in a way that somehow signifies that there's some level of bigotry going on inside Chatham Township. Not inside Chatham, but inside the Chathams. And like I said, this is it's a great community. I don't see it. Of course, it exists in the world. 125 Muslims were killed today by ISIS. And a young couple who eloped in Afghanistan were dragged out of prison and beat to death by their family. So, I hope the rabbi and the members of the community who are there, I hope they're praying for all of us and praying to stop the hatred and the bigotry all around. So I just want to say, as a community, I don't think that reflects us, and I wouldn't want someone who, from the outside, outside reading that story.